NBC dumps analyst after comment about Japan angered Koreans. An apology was not enough for NBC, which fired one of its Olympic analysts after his comments about Japan angered Koreans. Joshua Cooper Ramo, who is co-CEO of former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger's consulting firm as well as a board member of Starbucks and FedEx, remarked that South Korea is grateful for Japan's role in its economic development, which remains a sore spot because of the brutality of Japan's occupation from 1910–45. Among other things, Japan's army enslaved Korean females as comfort women during that time. Every Korean will tell you that Japan is a cultural, technological and economic example that has been so important to their own transformation, Ramo said during the opening ceremonies of the PyeongChang Games on Friday. Every Korean actually did not say that, and thousands signed a petition demanding that NBC apologize. Any reasonable person familiar with the history of Japanese imperialism, and the atrocities it committed before and during World War II, would find such statement deeply hurtful and outrageous, it read. And no South Korean would attribute the rapid growth and transformation of its economy, technology, and cultural development to the Japanese imperialism. Japan and South Korea have not fully reconciled over atrocities committed during the occupation, although Japan has expressed remorse and set up a fund in the 1990s to help victims who were sex slaves. While some say that estimates of 200,000 sex slaves are exaggerated, many South Koreans liken skeptics to Holocaust deniers. His incorrect and insensitive comment about Korea's history has enraged many of its people, the Korea Times noted, while the Korea Herald wrote. Some say it's questionable whether Ramo has been even following the news leading up to the current Olympics, as some of the disputes between South Korea and Japan erupted even during the preparation phase of the Games. Maureen Ryan, Variety's chief television critic, wrote that, in NBC's broadcast of the opening ceremonies, Ramo's endless generalities about what constituted Asian culture felt about as deep as a Wikipedia entry. The network apologized but planned to use him for some events, until reversing course. It was possible for him to do more with us here, now it is no longer possible, an NBC official told Korea Times, adding in an email to Sporting News on Sunday, his assignment has ended. In its apology Saturday on NBCSN, anchor Colin Manning read a statement that said, "During our coverage of the Parade of Nations on Friday we said it was notable that Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe made the trip to Korea for the Olympics, representing Japan, a country which occupied Korea from 1910 to 1945, but every Korean will tell you that Japan is a cultural, technological and economic example that has been so important to their own transformation. We understand the Korean people were insulted by these comments and we apologize." This hasn't been the smoothest of starts for NBC, despite its extensive experience with Olympic coverage. Katie Couric stepped in it with Dutch viewers when she explained that the country's athletes are so good at speed skating because skating is an important mode of transportation when the canals freeze over. It is probably not a news flash to tell you the Dutch are really good at speed skating, she said. All but 5 of the 110 medals they've won have been on the speed skating oval. Now, why are they so good? You may be asking yourselves. Because skating is an important mode of transportation in a city like Amsterdam which sits at sea level. As you all know, it has lots of canals that can freeze in the winters. So, for as long as those canals have existed, the Dutch have skated on them to get from place to place, to race each other, and also to have fun. The network also was caught flat-footed, televising its moneymaker, figure skating, rather than the slopestyle competition in which American Red Gerard won gold. When it did cut to Gerard, it caught a profanity in a live moment. Apologies for the language. You understand the enthusiasm involved there, Mike Tirico told viewers, via Deadline.com. At least skater Yura Minutes averted a Janet Jackson moment for the network when she managed to hold her costume together after a wardrobe malfunction. Read more Olympic coverage from the Post. Russian foreign minister says the country is banned because US can't beat us fairly. Mirai Nagase becomes first American woman to land triple axel in Olympics every 4 years. They come from Norway to plunder your gold. Jamie Anderson defends slopestyle snowboarding gold on windy PyeongChang course. No, Katie Couric, the Dutch don't really skate everywhere. Dutch Olympic fans poke fun at President Trump. The whole thing could just pop off. South Korean figure skater has a wardrobe malfunction. Red Gerard wins first U.S. medal of PyeongChang Olympics, a gold in men's slopestyle. Marcel Hirscher may be the greatest skier alive. But can he win?